wet to see it through for the good old gold and blue.
G'day and welcome to Shred at the Shed. Sending gratitude and thank you to all our sponsors and volunteers that make our season possible. So let's review round 14. We played the PINT Green Ants. It was Saturday the 14th of January 2023, 5pm at TIO. We ended up going down by 37 points and it was sort of won and lost in turnover footy. We gave up six more goals to turnover and 1 goal from kick in to them, so that's cardinal sin. But we did have +1 goals from stoppage, so that's sort of been one of our strengths of the year. On the team sort of contested side of things, we had +16 tackles, which sort of shows that the opposition has the ball, but at least our intent's there, and that's probably been another one of our strengths. Lots of good pressure, and we had +2 clearances despite the hit-out discrepancy. But we sort of got beaten on ground ball by 14 and contested possessions by 8. On the uncontested side of things, we had 42 uncontested marks in the first half, so lots of high work rate and doing quite well there, but then only 6 in the second half, where PINT were able to get 37, so just dominated us in that sort of aspect. And our third quarter kicking efficiency was 37%, which is horrendous. Our forward structure and inside 50 kicks and kicking to advantage in general, to be honest, have been sort of a constant room for improvement for us, which is always good to have stuff to work on, but not as fun when you're not getting the result, I guess. And we missed some gettable goals, a couple from me definitely, and -8% disposal efficiency, so kicks and handballs, and -34 handball receives, so fairly comprehensively beaten, even though we had our chances. On the individual stat front, Brad McLean, the skip, with 23 kicks and 9 rebound 50s. Tommy Boy is absolutely dominating. 11 handballs at 100% efficiency, so one of the few efficient users of the footy. 12 contested possessions, and the 999 threat here. 9 ground ball gets, 9 clearances, 9 tackles, always topping those stats. Chris Curran, great to have Cuzzy in the side. 7 marks. 3 contested marks, 4 intercept marks, so just awesome, and 7 handball receives. And his partner in crime, Brodie Newman, with 7 marks and 4 spoils. Berkey and Thorny with 2 forward 50 marks. Clee, 7 handball receives. Me and Priesty with 7 hit-outs and 5 inside 50s each. I think we were stitched up on that hit-out stat, but you can't win them all. Over to the ladder. Southern Districts remain on top. The Crocs remain on top with 42 points. Waratah Warriors, 40 points. A bit of a gap now. St Mary's on 32. An even bigger gap. Darwin Buffaloes on 26 and Nightcliff Tigers on 24. So they're the top 5. And trailing behind are PINT on 20 points, Palmerston on 18. Wanderers, ourselves, on 16, and Tiwi remain on 6. Over to the other grades. The under-18s played on the Friday night at 7:45, played Waratah and TIO1. They ended up going down by 36. The twos played on Saturday at 1pm, playing PINT as well at TIO1, which was the same as the women after them. And they the twos went down by 68 and the women 0 to 174. Tough day at the office. A shout out to one of our Wanderers boys from the under 16. So Jack Walmsley plays footy, but he also umpires junior and senior NTFL games, and he was selected to officiate the women's representative match, which was sort of between round 14 and 15. So the women's representative side went down by 11, it was 33 to 22, some good footy, but Claremont ended up getting the win from the Waffle W. And the men's senior representative side won by 12 points. Jada Magro with best on ground and 4 goals, my old teammate from the Waffle. So that makes it 3 wins in a row for the NT rep side when they played state league clubs around this time each year. So they've played South Freo now, Glenelg and Woodville West Torrens. And the Wanderers senior players to be selected for the rep match were Brady McLean, Brodie Newman, Stevie Motlop and Mitch Taylor. So awesome stuff that those guys got to play and represent the NT and win against South Freo. Silk as well. Braden McLean was selected as captain for the second time in a row. And another interesting couple of things here in South Freo sort of perspective. Ashton Hands played his first match in over 4 years because he's played lots of games for South Freo. So even though he's been playing for Palmerston, he got to play in the red and white. And Waratah midfielder Robbie Turnbull played his first game as a Bulldogs recruit. So yeah, interesting stuff. Moving over to the club legend segment. This is probably my favourite one so far. Bruce Potts. So he was described as a raw talent. He didn't like training. He had a natural flair for the game, but he just never didn't prepare for matches. So he had superb skills, and he would actually, on top of all that, he would borrow someone else's boots to play footy games. So that's pretty awesome. He was a premiership player in the 57-58 season, and a Wanderers club best and fairest in the 52-53 and 56-57. So dual BNF. Also a dual club leading goal kicker in the 54-55 season, where he tied with Gilbert Clark, who we spoke about a week or two ago. And also in the 57-58 season, he was club leading goal kicker and NTFL competition leading goal kicker. The season before, in 56-57, he was the runner-up Nichols medal. He made the Wanderers team of the century in the half-forward flank. So just incredible stuff, considering he didn't train and just borrowed someone else's boots. So well done to Bruce Potts. I've got our quote segment, Vivian Green quote here, which I enjoyed throughout the week. Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning how to dance in the rain. So it can be human nature when you're playing a competition that you enjoy, like footy, and you're close to the bottom of the ladder, and you just want the season to be over with only a couple of games to go. But it's important to make the conscious effort to get the best out of yourself, dance in the rain, and you never know what will happen. Over to the match preview, round 15, Foundation Cup game against Waratah Warriors, typically on Australia Day, but not so this time round. Sunday, 29th of January 2023, 4 p.m. at Tracy Village. Keep an eye out if that changes. I think that is going to be the fixture, but potentially will change last minute. Previous result, we went down by 78 points to the Warriors, but we actually had probably similar scoring shots. We just literally couldn't get the ball through the big six, so that makes it tough and puts the pressure on. Previewing the other games, the under-18s have a bye. The Twos are playing Sunday, 12 p.m. versus the Tars at Tracy Village, along with the women's straight after that at 2 p.m. Tars Tracy Village. So thank you very much. Dear listener, thanks for your time, and let's go the Muck Mucks.